The popular game, FORTNITE, video game. It's made $100 million in revenue in its first 90 days. Astonishing. Now, the game's free, but players make in-game purchases. That's how they make the money. It's the third most successful mobile launch ever in terms of revenue. That's FORTNITE, 100 million in 90 days. Our next guest is trying to cash in on this esports gaming craze. He's a former CEO of VeriSign. He's partnering with Rick Fox, the NBA star. He's going to create an esports league. I think that's what he's trying to do. We'll find out. Stratton Sclavos is with us. All right, Stratton, welcome to the program. I know that you already run and own 11 leagues made up of teams that play each other at these games. Now what are you trying to do?
Well, what Rick and I and our partner have started here is a way of investing in esports the same way you would in pro sports. Years ago, I was one of the investors in the San Jose Sharks. I ran the organization for a while, and I learned about player salaries and salary caps and revenue sharing and all sorts of things, broadcast rights. When we came into esports, we noticed that all these teams playing in these separate leagues are, it's like playing hockey and football and baseball, and now we're having teams and leagues. We're owning leagues and generating revenues there. We're doing a content company that creates original content and broadcast shows, and we're also doing merchandise and league broadcast rights. So it is a pro sports ecosystem now applied to video games.
Now, as we came into your segment, your interview, we were talking about FORTNITE. $100 million worth of revenue in the first 90 days. We find that astronomical. Tell me more about this, because I want to give our audience a sense of not so much how this stuff works, but how much money the esports business is really all about. Tell our viewers, please.
Right. Well, I think you have to start by understanding that this generation of adults or young adults between the ages of 18 and 34, they spend dozens and dozens of hours every month watching players play these games on streaming networks like Twitch and Facebook and others. So there are billions of hours watched every month, and this is what they watch instead of traditional network television shows. FORTNITE, let me correct you, Stuart, FORTNITE did $300 million in revenue in just April of this month. That's how big this is, and it's a global phenomenon.
And so you've got players who form teams, and they're part of leagues, and they play each other in these great stadiums. I think we're looking at it right now, the OVERWATCH League. We're looking at that on the video right now, and you're involved in that. But look, tell me this. I'm an investor. If I want to get into this, the e-gaming business, the e-sports business, how do I do it?
Well, I think right now it's like the early days in Silicon Valley, where it is very specialized investors out of private equity firms or out of the traditional media and sports ownership groups. So, for example, owners in our investment vehicle are the New York Yankees, the St. Louis Cardinals, the Edmonton Oilers, and CAA, TPG, and Evolution Media. So it's traditional media companies who understand the entertainment value of sports, and it's sports teams themselves looking to now bring a new generation of fan into their franchise, as the Yankees are trying to do with us.
I think you've got a bunch of, or several celebrities who've invested in your operation. Is that correct?
That's right. In addition to the teams I mentioned, we also are very fortunate to have Kevin Durant as an investor. Being a Golden State Warriors fan for 40 years, thrilled to see that. We have Odell Beckham as an investor, and we have several pop culture stars as well.
How much does it take to get in? I mean, if I've got 10 million, will you take it?
Yes, see me after the show.
This is a joke, okay? But I'm just, look, it's a booming new industry.
Right.
And a lot of people in our audience, they may not be aware of exactly what you do and how you do it, but they can see the writing on the wall. They want a piece of this. They want to get into it. How do you do it?
Well, right now, I think we're still in the days where it is really professional investment groups. We raised $38 million for our three companies, and we did that through traditional institutions as well as media companies, with a few, obviously, high-profile individuals. I think you're going to see now in the next 3 to 5 years opportunities to invest in this, whether it's investing in a team, it's investing in a league or in a game, or in the side businesses of doing content for sports. But it's very much like what you would see Fox, Disney, and ESPN and ABC. All of that is being recreated now in on the digital side through networks like the Facebooks and the Twitches, and you're starting to see folks like AT&T with DirecTV now do over-the-top networks to do digital distribution. This is the new network.
Yes. Look Stratton, thank you very much for being on the show. You open my eyes and open our viewers' eyes. It's a huge business, and we appreciate you being here. Come back, okay? Come back. I'll bring my grandchildren to explain it too. Thank you very much, Stratton Sclavos. Okay.